Yo guys, what's going on? What's on the YouTube video? Back in with Litecoin, and as you can see, some weird things have been happening overnight. Literally, we've had this secret pump that no one is aware about, and it's really weird because every other market is starting to fall. Like the S&P 500. Check my video I just released if you want to see what I mean by that. Has already started falling. DXY has started pumping. So as you're aware, these two things should actually be pushing Litecoin and Bitcoin down, and the other cryptocurrencies down. So what is it? Is it an institutional pump? What is going on? And the EMAs have crossed already. So we crossed upwards, and then we crossed downwards, and now we're about to cross upwards again. This doesn't happen in Bitcoin or Litecoin. Like you can see here, if we zoom out, this sort of volatility doesn't happen. Like usually we'll break, we'll cross, and then we'll just stay crossed, or we'll cross, then we'll stay crossed for a while. Like it doesn't happen this quickly, and I'll show you more. We either cross, get a pump, dump, cross, get a dump. We don't have a cross and a cross straight away. It never happens. And where else can I show you more? Up here. Oh, I just showed you that. Up here. Like, look, you can see here. If we cross, we usually stay crossed, and we actually fall much lower. And we crossed up here, and that would have been a nice time to take profit. If we crossed here and took profit down here, you would have still, literally, or shorted down there. You would have made loads. You could have held it all the way down, even further, right at the top. And that leads us to where we are today. So are we going to get another cross and start pushing upwards, and the bottom actually was in at $100 for Litecoin, and this could actually be the start of us pushing upwards, forming resistance support, and start pushing up towards the $120, $130 levels for Litecoin? Or is this just a massive institutional fake out, getting a bull trap and getting all the liquidity in up here, all the buys in for us to actually just dump more? That's what we have to look at. And as you can see, we did enter a trade yesterday, and a lot of the patrons did take profit because I told them to take profit. And you can see that if you guys entered the trade, you would have either doubled your money at this level very easily, or tripled your money here. And if we hit take profit, it would have been a 4x. So that is why these trades are very good, and that is why you do take profit when you are in profit. Because if you do always hold to take profit, you miss out just on a little bit, and it takes all your gains away. That's why it's crucial to take profit, guys. And if you did make profit, smack it in the comment section so everybody else can see how much you made. And yeah, on with the video. We can delete this now. Look to re-enter more trades when we actually get to that point. You can see here we did have a high wick up, and what does that mean? Well, that means that the previous places where we actually were up here, around the $113 to $116 level, is actually very, very, very strong for us to actually be selling. So we're getting to these lower levels. And I say lower levels because we're just poking our head barely out. And Litecoin holders who are buying down here, bought down here, buying down here, are starting to sell off here because they think that fear is going to bring the market down again. And that's obviously what we've all been doing, right? Because we're buying low, selling high, because we think that there's more price movement coming to the downside. This is a downside pattern. This usually tends to come to the downside. It breaks down, continues up, comes down, retests, come down. So currently, are we just at that retest and we're just having a really high wick on the daily time frame, or are we actually starting to break above? And personally, I think we actually could be starting to break above, especially with the EMA starting to cross on the 1 hourly and the 4 hourly. What we do need to look at, however, is on the daily. So we need to watch the daily because we're currently getting rejected by the daily EMA, 15 EMA. And if we do actually get rejected by this and come lower, below this resistance right here at $112, is it $112? Yeah, $112. If we do close the daily below that, I'll be back to being bearish again, and I'll actually think that we're coming lower. I do think the $100 level needs to be tested again to actually form a proper double bottom, because this will actually flip over, come a double bottom, maybe poke our head a bit lower, and then that will be our bottom. That could be our bottom right there between $90 and $80, and then we can actually start pushing higher. That's what we need to look at. Okay, we need to look at the real things that happen, not some of the fake stuff that we want to happen. So even though it would be really nice if we actually did form a bottom here and we did start pushing up, we do need to see the key support levels in place for us to actually push up higher. What I mean by that is if we go back to the daily, if we just pump up from here, it's very high likelihood that we'll just pump up, touch the 50 EMA and come back down. Why? Because we haven't established any key support levels like here. We need to come up, come down, stay here for a bit, push up, stay here for a bit, then pump up, because we've got so many resistance levels we actually have to beat. So if we do get rejected by one of them, the next place we come is to here, not come all the way down to here, because we didn't establish any support. So that's why we need to take our time with it and see what's happening. Like I sold a lot of Litecoin before because I think price is going to come down, and I still think price is actually going to start to come down. So I'm not going to be buying any Litecoin until I see price start to stabilize above these areas up here. If I see price hold above $115 for a few days, maybe up to a week, stabilize up here, start forming these bullish patterns like a falling wedge or a falling flag, break out of it, retest, then I'll start buying. Consistent should be your middle name. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I do try and do 2 videos every single day for everyone, because people who are actually holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, the main coins, are obviously able to actually see their positions if they want to get in trades, what's happening with their investment. And obviously I do an in-depth one for Litecoin because I've always done it, so I just feel like it's kind of my thing on the channel to do a Litecoin one every single day. I would do I did try an Ethereum one for a while, and a XRP one, but they weren't getting many traction, so it's better to stick with ones that give you traction at the start of a channel, because otherwise YouTube don't push it out. So, and this has actually been allowing the channel to grow. So if you do enjoy this and appreciate it, smash that like button, because literally likes are what pushes videos out the most. So that is the best for the YouTube algorithm. So smash that like button. But guys, I do want to say I won't be entering any long positions or short positions right now until we either break these 2 support levels, and I mean literally we come down to $110, retest and fall. I'm not going to be entering any trades until we get that point there, that scenario happened there. Or if we hold above here, we test this previous high right here, we come back down, come back up, form a little flag, and then we go up. I'm not looking for anything else. I'm not going to get in on a trade if we come all the way up to here, $120 for like. I'm not going to FOMO in, because that is literally how institutions will get you, because you FOMO in here, you push the price to 128, then they just dump on you, and you're there holding your bag at 128 whilst they're buying at 100, 20% cheaper. So you have to remember that, like, we think it's just, oh, it's $10 cheaper, it's 20%. So if you have 100 grand in, you just threw away 20 grand worth of Litecoin up there when you could have got it 20 grand cheaper down here. So you have to remember that, like, little bits mean a lot for the institutions. Like, $2 price difference is a big change for people who are trading millions. That's 2% on a million. You have to think of it like that. That's a lot of money. So that's what I want to say to you guys for Litecoin. Be careful with your trades. Hold it a lot. Thanks, Chris. And wait for either pump or for us to fall before you enter trades. But a big thank you guys watching. And I do think that this is still a good time to dollar cost average if you are buying in with small amounts every single day, like $200 or $50, etc. But yeah, big thank you to you guys watching. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.